Hey, well, it's your boy Luton, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm here again with another Raw review. But this review is gonna be semi different. Hopefully, maybe this will be a little bit better and for time wise that I'm not on you guys forever and a day. So I didn't watch Raw. I watched most of Raw. I watched like the last hour of Raw. I had to work. Boy, got to pay bills. So I didn't actually watch Raw, but I saw a lot of the highlights, and I got to get the overall gist of Raw. So apparently, I didn't really miss that much of Raw. So for this Raw review, I'll just talk about. I won't grade anything. I won't give any ratings or anything. I'll just probably just talk about what I can piece with it, like what I liked about it, some stuff I didn't like about it, and we'll probably just go from there. So, uh, from what I saw, the good stuff, like what I liked about it was all the Drew Randy Orton stuff that they continued that. The debut of Keith Lee, bask in his glory, bask in his glory. Although there's a lot of controversy about my man's his theme song and his little attire that he's rocking now. That seems to be a little unpopular. That stuff was good though. The Sasha Bailey saga continues, and Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, all the women did great again tonight. Um, and I liked a lot of the Raw Underground stuff. It seems like the Raw Underground is getting less and less, but it's some of it's some good stuff from Raw Underground, and of course Hurt Business. Never go wrong with the Hurt Business. So I'll talk about that more. I'll talk about a little bit about that. Some stuff that I saw. I saw that there was excuse me. There was a match for the 24/7 championship. It was Akira Tozawa, R Truth, not Ricochet, Cedric Alexander, and Shelton Benjamin. Fatal four way. It was really nothing match. It was like a minute and a half, I think. There was some good stuff that Cedric and I keep forgetting his name. Shelton Benjamin. Oh my god, he's so good. I love Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin and Cedric was doing. There's a lot of back and forth movement they were doing, which seemed cool. Um, but at the end though, Sean Benjamin like had Akira Cesaro in like a powerbomb position. He threw him out the ring. All the ninjas caught him, and he went back to the apron. R Truth pushed him low bridge from Akira Tozawa. He tosses him out the ring, and then he rolls up Truth for the three. The ninjas was holding back Shelton, so he wouldn't get them. And then Shelton Benjamin beat up all the ninjas, and Akira Tozawa like ran away with the title. Um, I think that Shelton Benjamin right now should be like he shouldn't be in the 24/7 title picture. I mean, yes, it's nice that he has the 24 like he's in the thing with them. He's having a title even though it's like one of the lowest titles in WWE. He's still having a title and they're still at least doing something with him. But I think that him and MVP, if like MVP is going to keep wrestling, I would like to see them in them doing like being in the tag team division because right now the tag team division is like non-existent. Like it's floundering. Like in WWE in general, the tag team division is like not good. And I think honestly, a lot of the people who aren't being used on TV, like I don't even know who's not on TV because they furloughed so many people. But that's like one thing that you can do. Yeah, yeah, you're just gonna throw people in the tag team, but that's what WWE normally does anyway. You got all these talented people, and if you want to use them more, if that's probably one way you can use them. You could just put two people together in the team, see how different combinations work. Maybe you be like, hey, you two are going to be a team, and then you just get your chemistry together and stuff like that, and see how it works. And then like that's how you build your tag team division. That's how you can build your tag team division. Like you have in the tag team, like all the tag teams that WWE has, even though it's not a lot. They're all really, really good. Like Cedric and Ricochet is really good. Street Profits are really good. Viking Raiders are really good. Uh, I said Cedric and yes, I said Cedric and Ricochet. Angel Garza and Andrade are really good. Any form of Hurt Business, whether it's Bobby and Shelton or Bobby and MVP or MVP and Shelton, they're all really good. So I don't know why they don't just like use them as a tag team. I'm sure Retribution when they finally say who they are, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a tag team in there. So I would love to see like instead of Shelton Benjamin be mixed up with the 24/7 mess, that him and MVP just be a tag team. Bobby Lashley dominates like the mid card division, like the mid cards, like him be United States champion and facing off against like people like um, Apollo Crews, like Mustafa Ali, probably Keith Lee when he gets in there, stuff like that. That's what I hope for. And they even if they build it around them like the mini cells like around there. Actually, honestly, I wouldn't even mind like if you want to be more serious, like people like Kira Cesaro and R Truth, like I don't know, it's just really weird. Like even like maybe the 24/7 championship, maybe like if you just defend it every week, maybe like it's like the TV title instead of using it as like the cruiserweight or the like you can pinfall submissions everywhere. Maybe they use that title for a TV title so you can debut it. You use it every day or every week, or maybe Shelton gets the 24/7 championship, use it for Raw Underground, and be like, yo, from here on out, no more 24/7 champion. Now, if you want this championship, I'm gonna have it here. You take it from me, and you use it like that or something like that. That could be something cool that they can do. But that is what that is. Um, yeah. So Drew McIntyre, that whole thing with him and Randy, he cuts a promo. He was playing to the virtual crowd, talking about, hey, give me a thumbs up. There's a whole bunch of thumbs up. He was talking about beating Randy Orton. He was like, hey, you can claim yourself. You're the best wrestler in the world. You have that title. Well, I just beat you. That makes me the best in the world. He was like, I'm more hungry than you. That's why I won. And I know that you want a rematch. I was like, I know I should have like a next challenge, but I know I probably won't because I'm pretty sure that you're gonna have one. So you're on essentially. So he plays to the crowd again. He goes out the ring, puts the title up in the air. Um, Randy Orton attacks him from behind. They brawl in the gorilla positions, was getting a lot of love lately. Gorilla positions getting so much love. And Randy Orton punt kicks him twice. Punt kicks him because he like missed horribly, but he punt kicks him twice. Uh, and then later on, he does a promo in the ring. He's like he was talking about how he doesn't lie. He says that he when he says he's gonna end Big Show, Edge, Christian, Ric Flair, he said he does it. He said he made a promise that he'll beat uh, Drew McIntyre for the title. He said he's gonna give him an RKO, he's gonna give him a punt kick, and he's gonna be WWE champion. But it didn't really happen out that way. But make no mistake about it, he still is the best in the world, best wrestler in the world. That's his title, and that's what he is. And then bask in his glory. Oh, bask in his glory, for he is. That's Keith Lee's new theme song. I think I was paraphrasing, but yeah, Keith Lee new theme song, which is that's the best theme song in the world. And his attire looked like he came out with a kilt, but either way, I mean, bad attire and bad theme song at all. He comes out and he's challenging the biggest one of the biggest stars, well, probably the biggest star on Raw, and clearly one of the biggest stars in the last couple, like last what 15, 20 years that he's been in WWE. Like he's up there, 14-time world champion, and Keith Lee comes out and he interrupts him. He's like, yeah, yeah, I know you are looking a little perplexed, and I can understand why. So allow me to introduce myself. Greetings and salutations, Mr. Orton. I am Keith Lee. So he's pretty much telling them, hey, I know you have a whole bunch of nicknames. You're the Apex Predator. You're the Viper. You're the Legend Killer. Legend Killer. I also have a whole bunch of nicknames. But amongst all of those, I am what they say is limitless. And I can tell by the way you are acting that you seem like you want to have a fight. So I know my boy Drew McIntyre probably wants a piece of you, but I think I want to jump in line because I want to face you one on one tonight. And Orton was like, "Oh, Keith Lee, huh? That's what you say, Keith Lee, limitless. You want to go one on one with Randy Orton? You want some of this? Nah, maybe later, maybe later." And then he goes out. Of course, they have the match. Which wasn't really that big of a match. It wasn't, it wasn't really a match. Keith Lee did get to show off a little bit. He got to show off a little bit of something, something. Um, he got to do his, Randy Orton tries to punch him. He holds him Superman 2 style. He, like, rips it, sells him. He does his flippy athletic stuff. He does a nice cross body on him. Really, the big offense that Randy Orton got was the draping DDT that he tried to do it before, but he didn't get really do it this. But he got to do it the second time, and then it looks like I don't know if he was trying to go for an RKO or a punt kick, but Drew McIntyre stops it and he starts beating up Orton and he's attacking Orton and stuff like that. So Keith Lee loses by DQ, which is is not bad, but rematch at Payback, so it's not all that bad. Other stuff, I'm gonna get this out the way. Natalia and Lana did a thing where they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do this Hall of Fame ceremony," and Lana was like, "Oh, it should be for Natalia." It's like, "Well, I'll be have my own someday because I am the best of all time. I'm the GOAT. But this is for Mickey James. We're going to celebrate her, the 6-time women's champion. I got this video package that I like to share. I really worked really hard for her, all her accomplishments. And of course, it's a black screen where they're saying, "Hey, it's nothing," because she doesn't. Her career was trash, which kind of predicts what she literally just said about her being a 6-time WWE women's champion. So clearly, she has moments, but maybe she was looking in the TNA and she's like, "Oh, we can't show any of this, so maybe we're not going to do it." I don't know, but Mickey James comes out, she pushes Natalia, and then she Mick chick kicks Lana. She does her little curtsy and she leaves. Yep, that was a thing that happened. Yep, sure did. That was a thing. Um, Montez Ford and Angel Garza had a match. I think Garza was flirting with Charlie Caruso, and Charlie still wants to know if Zelina Vega poisoned her. She keeps saying no, it wasn't me, and uh, Angel Garza wants Charlie Caruso and the girl from Bachelorette to get to have a threesome. I think that's what I'm paraphrasing. That's what I think is happening. Uh, Garza is facing Montez Ford. Uh, I think Montez Ford was saying, "Hey, even though we won, there's still business that's unsettled. Even though they beat them twice, so I don't know why there's still business that needs to be settled. Maybe because there's no tag teams that they should have, and they probably trying to look to see where the more tag teams are. I don't know. But they have a match. Ivar comes out with a big old turkey leg, and he presents it to the Bachelorette girl. He said, "Hey, you want to come with your boy?" She says, "Yeah." Angela Dawson's like, "Oh, that's my boy. He's getting some of that meat, that turkey meat." I'm like, all right. And Angel Garza is not happy about it. and he gets distracted. Montez Ford rolls him up. It was only for a two, and then they go on to the top. He tries to go to the top. He tries to kind of protect it, but Montez Ford bop 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 pushes him. Big high twisty frog splash for the 1 2 3, and Montez Ford wins. I don't know why they keep having this match because Street Profits just keeps beating Angel Garza and Andrade. So maybe Garza and Andrade are going to go to the Viking Raiders because apparently the Viking Raiders got a little bit of beef with the Hurt Business. So maybe they can do their thing, three-way thing between them three, and then maybe Street Profits get a new challenger. Maybe I don't know Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, maybe. Um, Also, there was also a six woman tag between um, Bianca Belair and Riot Squad versus Iconics and Zelina Vega. I'm glad that Zelina Vega is wrestling more because she's really really good, and I keep letting her wrestle. Um, Bianca Belair is just she's on another level of greatness. She's so good. She goes in there, she clears house, she's beating up everybody. She does a glam slam right on. Oh, it was a nasty glam slam on Zelina Vega for two because Iconics kind of break it up. Um, Riots come, take them out, and Zelina tries to get a little offense, but nah, she tries to get like a bull, like a running bulldog. She catches her and then hits her with the KOD for the 1 2 3. Ah, Bianca's so good. Oh man, give her a program with Asuka. Oh, bring that NXT feud back. We like those. That's what we like to see. Speaking of that whole thing, Nia Jax's back. I think Mackenzie is like, "Hey, why are you here? Weren't you suspended?" And Nia Jax is like, "Well, I was kind of suspended, but I'm not anymore because I had to apologize to Pat Buck, which is funny because I was wondering where Pat Buck was. My boy was always there, so she apologized. So now she's back. Told her to scram. Shayna Baszler comes and is like, "Hey, yeah, we was wondering if you're gonna be back or you're gonna put your foot in your mouth again for you to get like suspended again or something like that." She's like, first of all, that's rude. Well, no, she said, very funny. And I think Shayna called her some name that she said was rude, and they was like insulting each other back and forth. But Nia Jax was like, you know what? Hey, you know, don't worry about me. You got a match with Bailey, so if you need some help, holla at your girl, call your girl, text your girl, something like that. She was like, yeah, nah. So that match starts. Nia Jax is at the ramp. Shayna Baszler and Bailey, they're doing a thing. Um, Nia attacks Shayna. She attacks her. And Bailey and Sasha Banks, they're loving it. They're loving all of it. And and then they're fighting inside. And then they look while Sasha and Bailey are like heckling them. And then they just look at each other and like, so they go out and then they run away. And they go back to the stage and there's like, hey, I guess they're arguing about something, and it was like, don't worry. It's like, he's like, hey, what did you think about just what just happened? She was like, we're not worried about them. Sasha Banks has a lumberjack match for a rematch for Raw Women's Championship against Asuka. We're gonna win all the belts, that stuff. And this match was short too. It was the lumberjack match for the Raw Women's Championship. This match was about maybe 5 minutes of that. Uh, they pretty much did all the same stuff that they did like last week in like 5 minutes. The difference though with the cool stuff that they did was Sasha Banks wanted to do like I don't know if she wanted to do like a crossbody or a meteor on Asuka. Asuka moves out the way, and she just lands straight on Ruby Riot. Ruby Riot. She landed on Liv Morgan, and it was like, ding, that looked like it hurts. And then they did a thing where uh, uh, Asuka was chasing Bailey, and Bailey kept throwing a whole bunch of people at her at Asuka, and Asuka kept hitting each one of those people in her face and knocking them out and stuff like that. And she goes in, and Sasha gets like a little advantage. She tells her to help. Bailey's about to get a chair, and Shayna Baszler is like, "Nah, give me that knee." And she holds the knee. Asuka lock to Sasha Banks. Tap out again. Still Raw Women's Champion Asuka. And then after that, there was a thing where they come back, they go back to the stage again, and Nia Jax is like, "Hey, even though at first I didn't think this was cool. Me and you tagging, it could be alright. We can be, as much as we don't like each other, we're the two biggest forces, and we can, if we're champions, we can be a champion in WWE. There ain't gonna be nobody can stop us." And Shannon thinks about it. She's like, she's like, just get out my way. He's like, I'll be, we can be champions. You just get out my way and don't worry about it. And you give me my space, we'll be champions. And Nia Jax was like, yeah. She like pushes her or like smudges her, and Shayna slaps fire out of Nia, and Nia does no sense. And she's like, all right, I respect it a little bit. What else is going on? The Raw Underground stuff. Oh, they did. Oh, well, I'll talk about that last. The Raw Underground stuff. Uh, the whole Hurt Business Raw Underground stuff. Um, they were supposed to have a arm wrestling contest with Bobby Lashley and Apollo. Hurt Business was talking to Cedric Alexander again about joining the Hurt Business. He's like, "Hey, look, you just lost the 24/7 championship, and instead of going after the title, you're out here playing arm wrestle with Mark Henry and everybody like that." He's like, "You want to be a champion, you should be with us." Opens the invitation. Ricochet's like, "Nah, we ain't about that life." Um, and then MVP was pretty much like, "Hey, if you don't want to join us, like this offer I keep giving you, uh, you're gonna we're gonna beat you up and stuff. So to beat you up and then join and stuff like that." Mark Henry was there. He was feeling, "Hey, I'm gonna get this table, unless you guys want to arm wrestle me for it." And they were like, "Nah." And then Mark Henry comes out. He introduces Apollo. Great introduction. He introduces Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is pretty much like, "Yeah, I'm gonna dominate." Is like, I don't need. Well, Mark Henry was saying that he had asked Ricochet and Mustafa Ali and Cedric the Entertainer, but it was like, well, he is entertaining, but Cedric Alexander to join, to not stay, not come in and interfere, and he said same thing for MVP and Sean Benjamin. Bobby Lashley's like, I don't need them. I don't need MVP or Sean Benjamin to fight my battles. I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you in this arm wrestling contest, and I'm gonna take your title at Payback. And Apollo rebuttals is like, no, you're not. It's like, you saw what happened to your boy MVP last night. Same thing's gonna happen to you. But right now, I'm gonna beat you in this arm wrestling contest. So they're about to do the arm contest. They do Bobby Lashley's doing the thing like that. He goes, whoa, stretch, stretch. Got to take the jacket off. All these muscles is out here. I gotta flex on him one time. I gotta, take the jacket off. And he goes on. He's staring at Mark Henry, and then they do the thing, and then just quick as a cat, Apollo stomps on an MVP's foot and catches him just quick like that. And he wins. He grabs the title. He's all celebrating. He's pointing and laughing at Bobby Lashley. Mark Henry's having a ball. He was like, "Yo, winner!" Bobby Lashley's so mad. He's like yelling at Mark Henry. Mark Henry's like, "Apollo Cruz!" It was it was so fun. Like the segment was so small, but it was so hilarious that they did something like that. It was great. Um, so that happened, and then of course, he's not happy. So when Bobby Lashley and Hurt Business is not happy, they go to Raw Underground, which is where the good stuff happens. Bobby Lashley is in there. He's like, "Hey, I want to fight somebody because I need to get this frustration out." So he's fighting some jabron. He's knocking him out. He like threw him out the ring, almost killed the guy. I feel really bad for him. Come back, then he's getting there. What he's mixing up with Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph Ziggler was like holding his own. He got a takedown on Bobby Lashley. He jumped he kicked him in the face. He was jumping on him. Like he was getting some good stuff in there. And then when he threw him down, he like pounced him into the crowd, and then like I think his head like hit the wall, but he was done. And they threw some poor guy in in there with Bobby Lashley, took him out, and then they came back later, and I think somebody threw Cedric in there. He tears Cedric up. Cedric got like a little grapple stuff in there, but he put in some nice octopus lock in there, and he was like elbowing him in the face. Everybody was trying to get him off. Uh, Viking Raiders came out. Ivar and Eric came in, and they was taking him. They was doing a big brawl. Uh, Lashley had Ivar in like a nice elbow. Um, Eric was getting beat down by MVP and Shelton Benjamin, and uh, that ended that. I like the aggression with Raw Underground, and I like that Bobby it wasn't just like just random people in there. Now they're putting like guys in like Bobby Lashley was mixing it up with Dolph Ziggler and Cedric, and then Ivar and Eric got in that stuff like that. So that's cool stuff. I hope they do that like again next week, where they maybe Bobby and Ivar or Eric get like a proper like beat physical fight in there or something like that, or Shelton and Dolph Ziggler mix it up because he was talking about that on Raw Talk and stuff like that. So I would love for stuff like that to happen. I just want it to be a little longer than like 10 like a minute. Like if you give it like 3 or 4 minutes of them like grappling and scrappling, laying elbows and stuff like that, just like 2 3 minutes, I think it'd be good stuff. I think it'd be great stuff. But Raw Underground is slowly getting a little better, even though there's getting like less of it. I'd hope like they do a little bit more after 10 o'clock. So last bit part, a couple of last bit parts. Um, Drew McIntyre, he talks about Randy Orton, like they're amazed that Randy Orton was still conscious because of he got punk kicked twice. Normally people get punk kicked once and they're down, but Drew got punk kicked twice and he's still up, and he ended up attacking Randy Orton. He was like, "Yeah, I'm over Randy Orton. I'm sorry what happened to Keith Lee, but I had to handle my business. And next time I see Randy, it's gonna be you're done for." Randy Orton attacks him from behind again. Another punt kick. He's gone. They're saying that he has to be uh, skull stuff like internal bleeding from the skull or something like that. And then Keith Lee is there, and he asked him how he was feeling. Keith Lee was like, uh, you know, honestly, he was like, I wish I could have told Drew McIntyre, yeah, I know you're frustrated, but this is my fight. Stay back, mind your business. But on the other hand, I understand where he's coming from. Um, Drew's a tough man; he'll be all right. But I can't say the same thing for Randy Orton. And yep, Randy Orton versus Keith Lee proper at Payback. Hopefully, it gets some good time and they let Keith Lee shine. I don't know if he's gonna win. Maybe there might be a little another screwy finish. Maybe Drew McIntyre does come and something weird happens, and maybe WWE Championship, triple threat or something like that at Night of Champions. I don't know, but uh, it was a good, decent debut for Keith Lee because he is in the main event. So we like those. Like they put him with Randy Orton, who's the biggest name in on Raw right now, and with Drew McIntyre, who's the WWE champion. So like you can't get better than that right there. Last bit of this. The Mysterios, they have this interview about last night. Um, Ray was talking a lot of mumbo jumbo. Uh, Pretty much, basically, yeah, we're not mad at Dom for losing. Like he fought really well. Uh, Angie talked in Spanish. Dominic said, "Hey." Yeah, I was more than scared. I was terrified, but as a man, you gotta do what you have to do, and I did. Um, and Rey Mysterio was saying that I want to have this. Me and Dom is gonna have this match. We're gonna be in the ring together, and if Seth ain't gonna do anything to tear us apart or something, I really don't know. I don't understand what's going on. I did like Ray's mask and I did like his shirt, so there's that. Main event was Dominic and Ray versus Murphy and Seth. Wasn't really a match because of course, Retribution comes out and they attack Ray and Dominic because Seth and Buddy ran out the ring, so they all ganged up on. It was like first, like Ray was like also about to run away, but Dominic was in there by herself. And then Ray goes to help him, and then they attack both of them. It was garbage, but they one of the guys who is Dijak is definitely Dijakovic. He's definitely one of the guys. Him and somebody else like long darted Ray to the ring on the ring step, so that was nice. It's always nice to see Rey Mysterio's head get long darted on the ring post. Uh, Besides that, I mean, it wasn't bad. It's just like, why are they doing this to random people? Like, they're doing it every week to random people for what reason? Like, I just want them to like, hopefully at Payback they just like unmask themselves, attack whoever, and then explain why they're attacking and move on with this, because them just attacking and ruining matches is ridiculous. So I probably assume that there'll probably be a rematch between Bray and Dominic versus Buddy and Seth at Payback. The proper tag team match, because it seemed that Seth and Buddy was like, yeah, yeah, we enjoy that. We like all those. So that was my overview of Raw. Again, not gonna grade it, but it was just like a weird Raw. It felt like everything was just they was trying to. Oh, there is one more thing. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I forgot this. There is one more thing. Um, Kevin Owens and Aleister Black. I think Aleister Black turned heel. Did he not turn heel? I think that was a thing. Uh, Kevin Owens was, I guess Aleister Black still has his door. Kevin Owens was knocking on it and say, "Hey, Kevin Owens show." Yep, Kevin Owens show, man. So he invites him to Kevin Owens show. He sits there and they talk about his eye and stuff. Ask him how it's doing. Aleister Black was like, "Oh, he was like, I know what you want to do. Let's just play the footage." And then Kevin Owens is like, "Nah, I don't really want to do that." It's like, we don't. Aleister Black is like, "It's okay. Seen it a million times. Just get it over with, whatever." And so they play it back. They come back. It's like, "Hey, it's like I feel like I know it." And like, no, I know exactly what's going on. I feel exactly. I know exactly how you feel. This is just how Seth and Buddy work. They do all this crazy mean stuff to people. They manipulate people, and they hurt people, and they do all this stuff. I know I used to only care about myself and do the same thing, but they make me doubt myself. X Ray, X Dominic. They all do it. And stuff like that. And he was like, "I'm just trying to help. That's not the person I want to be. I want to help and stuff." So it feels like Kevin Owens' gimmick right now is, I used to be really, really bad and then don't have any friends, so now I'm trying to make up for it by being positive and helpful to the people like in the locker room and stuff like that. That seems to be his thing. And while Kevin Owens was talking, Aleister Black like faked an injury or something, like faked his eye being hurt. And he was like, "Oh, are you okay?" He was like, "Can we get some help?" He goes closer to him. Aleister Black like elbows Kevin Owens straight in the face, and then he gives him a mean black mass. And I was like, "Oh, all right." And then he just walks out the ring. I was like, "Oh, all right, Alistair Black, I see you, heel black." So yeah, that's it. That's all I got. So tell me how you like this. Yeah, I switched up directions on you. I didn't even know. Tell me how you like this. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. I'm out.